Come in, Mr. Bond. We've been expecting you. Alfie, what are you doing? I said we agreed you were going to glare at the camera with an evil, sinister look on your face. You said if I take you out for walking through the ball, that you would do the thing. Now you're not doing it. This is not evil and sinister.
Hey guys, Muddle Muppet here. How you doing? Yes, that was a bit of a fucked up introduction. And I know it's got nothing to do with Warframe, but I wanted to do it because Alfie is awesome. Anyway, what we're going to be having a look at today is Excalibur. One of the first frames that you can get, so I think it's really useful for people to have a look at this who still aren't too sure about the game, still not too sure if they want to download it and try it and stuff like that. And now Excalibur was the first one that I had a look at. And you're going to hear me say something that I don't say very frequently. I was wrong. Because I thought it wasn't very good. And actually, you know what? I'm really starting to give it some love now. Before I go into any more detail though, my regular viewers will know that a Muddle Muppet video is not a Muddle Muppet video unless I have a little rant or a moan or a whine about something. And I am going to moan and whine and bitch about Windows 8 because it is doing my fucking head in. Seriously guys, if you're contemplating getting a new computer, do not get a Windows 8 one. I can't go into how many problems I've had with it. Now, the reason I'm mentioning it is that I'm recording this on my Turtle Beach headset, wireless headset, and the voice quality isn't as good as the Blue Snowball that I would use recording on my PC, right? Except, guess what? My Blue Snowball mic doesn't work with Windows 8. I mean, how fucked up is that? Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to go on about it anymore because I could spend an hour moaning, whining about it. So instead, we're gonna have a look at Excalibur. Now, as I said, when me and one of my mates, my regular viewers will know him, Blind Jim, we play a lot of games together. And he first got Loki, I first got Excalibur, and after a while, we weren't that happy with him. Jim ended up deleting Loki, and now he regrets it because he's discovered that actually it can actually be awesome. And I was close to deleting Excalibur, but I didn't, and I'm really glad that I didn't do that. My level here, you can see, is rank 17. I have taken him up to 30, and I formed him. For those of you who don't know what that means, don't worry about the technical details. We're going to have a look at two different sets of abilities. One is a combination of Radial, Blind, and /dash. Now, again, if you're new to this game, don't worry too much about this, but these abilities are abilities that you get when you first choose your initial Warframe. Each Warframe will be given 4 unique abilities that other Warframes don't have. And Radial Blind, I don't know if you can read that there, but it emits a bright flash of light, blinding all enemies in a small radius for several seconds. And it will actually do that if they're behind walls and stuff as well. So although it's a flash of light, that kind of flash of light goes through the environment and what have you. The other one that we're going to look at is /dash, which is where Excalibur dashes forward, slashing any who get in his way. Right, now, if you're new to the game, if you don't know anything about it, if you're just having a look at this video, decide if you want to get it, don't worry about the next bit. I'm going to talk a little bit more detail for those who do know more about it and who perhaps have tried Excalibur and didn't like it too much. Now, this /dash is actually one of the most power efficient damaging attacks you can do in the game, believe it or not. Its base cost is 25, which is the cheapest sort of energy cost in your abilities. And I'm going to boost that with power strength of 30%. And I'm putting continuity on, because what continuity does with /dash is it makes you travel further. So power strength will determine how much damage you actually cause to an enemy, and power duration will determine how far you go. Now, stretch, which is your power range, will determine how much damage you do to those enemies that are sort of to the left and the right of you, either side of you as you're surging forward. I also have on streamline for power efficiency to bring the cost down. Basically, when we play this, we're going to go in and we're going to spam the hell out of this bugger, right? I've also got vigor on, so that gives me some shield capacity and some health. Now, so I've spent 34 points there, right? So that kind of gives you some idea. I've got halfway to go to get to what this will be as a beast, but it's certainly pretty decent for now. So I'm going to do this in 2 videos actually. I'll make this a part 1 with some gameplay using Radial, Blind and /dash, and then later on I will do a video showing 2 other abilities that he comes with, which is Radial Javelin and Super Jump. The way that the powers work that we're looking at, trying to sort of get the most out of range, duration and strength, etc., I think it's best to concentrate on 2 abilities in each particular loadout, and later on we'll build a different loadout for the other abilities that I mentioned. So I'm going to pause this bit now. That's us done. So to try and demonstrate the fluidity of these 2 moves together and the great synergy that they have, I'm just going to do a Tower 1 defense by myself. When the character is a bit more developed, you know, when he's rank 30, I will do Tower 2 by myself. I don't think I've ever done a Tower 3 solo. I'd be interested to know if any of you guys have. I've had a good look around and I've got as much energy as I can there. You can see my energy bar is quite decent. And this is one thing you should always do in defense missions, is have a look around first, open any containers and get some energy. It's amazing how many people don't bother doing that. Most people just seem to rush straight for the trigger point, and there's no need for it. I did try doing some public games to demonstrate it. Just ended up joining like complete knobheads every time. I joined one game and I think the game lasted about 20-30 seconds from me joining. Because they were all massively far away from the defense point, that's where I spawned. And again, is one of the big failings that you often get with random groups, is they're so desperate to get the kills in that they rush headlong to meet the enemy and stop defending what they're actually supposed to be defending, which is this fella here. Right, so let's trigger it off. And hopefully we'll get a bit of decent gameplay to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Here they come. Alright, got 2 groups. Radial Blind to stun. Still a few around, but unfortunately, because I'm by myself, they're all sort of isolated. No nice big groups like there will be if you're doing like 2 people. Right, so do that. See, there's not huge amounts to sort of line up, but there is a few there. You can see how, kind of see where I'm coming from with it. Let's just /dash these 2. Why? Because you can. This is the whole point of it. It's cheap to use. It's efficient. Crying out loud, get into a group, will yous? What I'm really wanting is a nice big group of them to demonstrate if I'm not getting that yet. Bit of a waste, but you'll kind of see the principle of what I'm saying. Do the blind, then do the dash, and it's just as effective if you've got a big group as if there's just like the 3 of them that there were there. Because it's relatively cheap in energy, you can keep on doing that quite a bit. Now, other abilities that work well with this, Loki is fantastic because the radial disarm will force them to stop shooting this cryopod and all come in. Warframe is also brilliant for it. I mean, got them all apart from one person there. It's the kind of ability that works best. The more of them are there, because the more of them that there are there, the more likely you're going to pick up some energy. And at the minute, it's pretty much in short supply. Bastards aren't dropping it for me. Don't they realise I'm trying to do a video and explain something? Of course, what I should have done was brought in one of those team energy packs. And they're damaging the friggin' warp pod. Still not got a mass load of energy here. That's getting a bit better. Drop me some energy, you bastards! I'm trying to do a video. Now I know I could have energy siphon on, but I actually prefer having the radar. I think it is my favorite ability, my favorite aura card by far. Time for Radial Blind, but I'm not going to use another slash dash. Don't think there's any need for it at the minute, and I'm having to conserve my energy more than I would really like to. You can see though that Radial Blind lets me just go around and be a killing machine. It's a really good stun. And this is where you see the benefit of having the sentinel that does the crowd control. I love these fangs. I may have said this before, but I do. Right, one wave remaining. Can I do it? I don't know. It's not turning out exactly as I would have wanted. I mean, it's not going bad, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's not going as smooth as I hoped, but it's still hopefully a reasonable demonstration of how Excalibur can have some useful utility with those two abilities. The hell? Wow, this is getting tough. Oh, stop it! Get off my Warframe! Damn it, these are tough. I didn't need it just for that one, but let me just see how many we've got left. I don't think there's many left. Last one. Radial, blind. Should we toy with him a little bit? Now that smoke you can see off him lets him know, lets you know that he's stunned. But he will start firing randomly. But you can see here he's not shooting me. He's not aware that I'm here. He is now, though. There we go.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure.
So
let's go home.
What do you think? I'd like to see what you think about the synergy of those abilities together. But it's certainly, it's a lot better than I expected. You know, a lot better than I first thought when I first started playing Excalibur. As always, I'll be interested in your opinions. This is Up Without. Take it easy. Ciao.